I'm saying? So we got my man Mario, he 7, 8 figure earner, run one of the biggest tax empires in the country right now. He primarily focuses on deferring capital gains. So I get how many people wonder that, man, when we build these houses, we sell them, we gonna make 6, 7 figures. The tax bill on that shit gonna be crazy, right? Everybody be worried about the tax bill. And then how many people heard of the 1031 exchange? How many people done it or think it's not really like it's too difficult to do? Like the shit is like it sound cool, but how many people done it? So when we sell houses, we just and a lot of times we don't even pay them. We put the shit on payment plan. We do whatever we need to do to get by, right? So this is somebody that you want to have on your team. My man Mario, come on up here and give him some of this sauce, bro.
How we doing today? Man, look, y'all in a room, y'all in Atlanta. It's November, it's hot as Hades outside, man. Y'all clap it up for yourselves. All right. So listen, I'm a certified financial planner, and I'm not like any other certified financial planner you ever met in your life. The reason why is because most certified financial planners, they lean into stocks. They want you to do stocks. They want you to do mutual funds. They want you to do ETFs for a living because that's how they make money. The reason why I have one of the largest Black-owned investment firms in America is because I do things totally different. From a tax standpoint, you are able to scale and change your life by doing real estate. Now, I love stocks. However, real estate gives you the opportunity that you'll never get with a stock or mutual fund. And that is being able to buy something and have the IRS help you for the rest of your life with that property. So today we're going to talk about how to do that. If you guys are ready, say change. That was not good enough because I'm going to change you guys' life forever. If you guys want to change, say change. All right, there we go. So a little bit about me, right? So board certified financial planner, been practicing for 18 years. And the reason why mentorship is so important is because it changed my life and it could change yours as well. He'll be here a little bit later. Every time I see him, I give him a big old bear hug. Thank you, Herman. Thank you, Herman. The reason why is because about 4 years ago, he told me, you know what you're doing, you need to change, talk to my CPA. I'm like, why should I talk to your CPA for? We're doing tax strategies. I think I got going on. And my wife, love my wife to death, so she's not here to slap me in the face when I say this. But my wife said, why are you going to pay somebody when you're already making over $1 million a year? It makes no sense. So think about that. I'm already making money, making 7 figures, but I'm going to pay somebody to take me to another level. And my own wife, which I love to death, told me not to do it. So it's people in your ear right now that's telling you not to do mentorship. It was probably people in your ear saying, why are you going to Atlanta to hear people on the internet give you all types of stuff that might be a scam, quote unquote game? Put your hand in the air if somebody told you not to come here. Right? Right? So it's people in your ear that's stopping you from your blessing today. But I'm here to tell you, with mentorship, that can change. So I met a CPA, even though we do tax strategies, and he said, you need to do 2 things different. You need to stop talking about stocks the whole time, lean into tax savings. It's going to change you. That year, I had a $516,000 tax bill. I repeat, me helping people with taxes and investing, I had a $516,000 tax bill. Because of mentorship, being in the room and not listen to my wife. I love her to death, but not listen to my wife and taking on that conversation, I have not paid taxes since. So just a quick story about me before I get started. This energetic guy, right? So who here is military? Anybody former military? Raise your hand. Okay, I was 71 Lima, certified paper pusher. Who here seen a movie, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? Huh? Right? So, if y'all see it, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Kenny Wayne's, his job, he was what I did. I was a certified paper pusher. Even during the war in 2003, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Everybody was in Iraq fighting for the country. I was in Kuwait pushing papers. So I think I'm Michael Jordan. When everybody's at war, but I'm a paper pusher, even though it's during the war, I'm playing basketball. I come down on the pause, but I come down on the ball on my ankle, and I sprained my ankle, and I had to get an air cast. So the military did a CAT scan on me, and they found a blood clot. They told me, and I had no idea. They said I had applied the blood clot for about 2 weeks, didn't even know. But they said if I didn't have that surgery to get that removed within 72 hours, I would have died. right? So I say that to say the Lord put me here for a reason. So when I say painful profits, just my last name, but it was painful going through that process. But I'm allowing people in the world to make so much money because the Lord gave me this gift. So our profits can be painful, but we're still making profits. So that is my backstory. So again, all my servicemen and women, thank you guys for your service. All right, a 1031 exchange. And as easy as it is, a 1031 exchange is when we sell a property and we use those proceeds of that property to buy another property, right? Yes, sir. You got those buffs on. You must be from Detroit. Okay, all right, okay.
So when you do that, because you wrote it in the 1031 exchange, you can't keep the profit, the whole profit to go to that.
I recommend the whole profit go to that, yes. You can, but you might get yourself in trouble from an IRS standpoint. So yeah, yeah.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
I know that there's like a deadline to where you have to file as an escort.
Mhm.
What day is it?
Oh, great question, my man. So the question was, if I'm an escort, what day do I have to file? March 15th, right? So you guys waiting too long, you played yourself, right? So March 15th. March 15th is when you can change the taxation of your business from a LLC to an S corp. Again, you're still an LLC, but you change the taxation from an LLC to an S corp. So it's March 15th. Another cool thing about if you establish a business for the first time and you establish it directly as a S corp, then you don't have to wait. So let's say November 10th, or November 15th, let's say I start my own business. When I file, when I get my EIN number, ask me if I want to be taxed as a LLC or S corp. If it's a new business and you know you're gonna make $55,000, then you can just go ahead and just change that taxation right then and there, right? But if we are an existing business, then it's March 15th. Cool. What other questions do we have? Yes, sir. With the glasses. Okay, you too cool. You too cool for school. Go ahead.
I was asking an extension to that question. That's for the annual year that you file, right? The deadline, the March 15th deadline
For your taxes or for
for the taxes for you to convert to be taxed as an S.
yeah. March 15th. Yeah. I mean you could put in like a emergency, but you know, I have not seen them say yes. But yeah, so to be on the safe side, March 15th. The latest.
That year.
Yeah. So in 2026, I got January, February, March 15th to change the taxation for 2026 from an LLC to an S corp. Right now, when it comes to filing taxes, right? If I am a sole proprietorship, which you should not be doing, I have April 15th, right? And if I'm a business, I have October 15th, right? We cool there? All right, so cool. Now, also with a 1031 exchange, there's a couple things, right? Number one, we have 45 days. Write this down. We have 45 days to identify another property. It's not like we get the proceeds, we sell it. Oh, I'm going to sit on this money. I'm going to do some investing with your boy Mario. I'm going to do some options. I'm going to do whatever. And then, 6 months later, I'm going to go ahead and go through the process. No, you have 45 days to identify the property. We understand that. So we have 45 days. Then after that, we have 180 days. 180 days to actually go through the process to buy that property. Right? So we have 45 days to identify it, 180 days to then do it. Another thing, we have to have a like property. Write this down. Like, L-I-K-E, a like property, meaning we cannot sell our single family and then buy an apartment building with the 1035 exchange. It has to be like, right? So we can go from single family to duplex, duplex to quadplex, quadplex then to apartment building, but single family to apartment building, no more. No more, because the IRS is going to pin you. Yes, sir.
And if it's a single family, can you exchange it to buy some land, and then you're going to like change the zoning on the land to a commercial from a single family? Does that kind of mess you up?
You answer that question. Don't you love when you answer a question we don't have to answer it? Yes, my man.
So I know there's like a sequence that you just went in from single to duplex to triplex, but I think it's past like 4, it becomes commercial. So would you be able to jump from a single to a tri, or you need to go in that order?
So zoning is not me, right? It has to be like property, right? So a cool thing about the IRS, because you can justify everything. Section 162A, write this down. Section 162A. Anything deduction wise or income wise, as long as it's reasonable, ordinary, necessary, and regular, in the pursuit of income, very important, in the pursuit of income for your business, you can justify it. So you can justify it. If you get out of it, that's another question. So yeah, so the IRS code, like property. What does like property mean for you? It might mean something different. Who here is a GC? Raise your hand. All right, we got GCs. Keep your hands up. Yeah. All right. All right.
Hold on, keep them up. Look.
Yeah.
Man, right here. Come on. Okay. All right. All right. You can see too, represent. Yeah, I know. I ain't a general contractor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I thought I
Yeah.
had to be licensed through the other way.
Yeah.
I'm the exterior one, right?
Yeah.
I thought I had to be.
Yeah. So the reason why I asked this question, the reason why Section 162A is so important is because how all you guys run your business is different. Some of you guys run Facebook ads, some of you don't. Some of you guys do Google ads, some of you guys don't. Some of you guys go on podcasts, some of you don't. Some of you guys go on YouTube, some of you guys don't. So you run your business different. So with Section 162A, since everybody runs their business different in the pursuit of income, as long as it's fair, reasonable, ordinary, and necessary in the pursuit of income, you can justify that write-off. You get that? In the pursuit of, did you guys get that?
Yes.
So Section 162A, all y'all raise your hands, y'all general contractors. All you guys run a general contracting business, but you run your business differently, right? So since you run your business differently, as long as it's fair, reasonable, ordinary, and necessary in pursuit of income for your business, you can justify that write-off, okay? All right, so like financial advisors, they're all stuffy. They got their suit and ties on. They got their three-piece suit. They in a vest. They got their cufflinks on. That's not me. I'm blinged out. How I run my business as a financial advisor is different than them. But all my deductions, if they're fair, reasonable, ordinary, and necessary in pursuit of income, then I can justify any write-offs. Okay? We get this? All right. So that's that with a 1031 exchange. Another thing I said 180 days. Another thing that's very, very important. A Q qualified I intermediary. Write this down. QI. We had more than 13 clients last year utilize this. We saved about $4.5 million in capital gains tax for our clients. So I'm not on the internet. I'm doing this in real life. We had 2 clients that did not go through the process like they were supposed to, and they got a hefty tax bill. One person sold a property for $808,000. Another sold one for 1.3, a commercial property. And they went through the process, but they did not do this. They didn't have a qualified intermediary. That is a person who holds the money. When you sell the property, that money does not go to you. It does not go to your business account. It does not go to your personal account. No. It needs to go to a qualified intermediary's account. That could be your lawyer. That could be your certified financial planner's escrow account. That could be your CPA or your tax professional's account. Cannot go to you, because if it goes to you, all is void. And Uncle Sam comes knocking on that door. Yes.
Can't be a family member or nothing like that either.
Are they qualified intermediary? No. 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 So yeah, has to be a qualified intermediary. If not, then all games are gone. We understand that. Yeah, they hold the money, right? Yeah, then when you invest it again up to that 180 days, then of course that moves over, right? They use that, then whatever else, use it for a down payment, whatever the case may be, to buy that next property.
And everything that you just broke down is just basically taking the profit and continuously investing so you don't have to pay taxes.
Correct. We're deferring taxes. Yeah. And we get to an endpoint we don't pay tax. I'll talk about here in a second. Yes, sir.
I was just saying, like, how do you find that
Do you have a CPA or a tax preparer? Well, first you need to pick up the phone and call somebody like me, right? Do you have an attorney? That could be your attorney. You have a certified financial planner? Pick up the phone and call somebody like me, but you have an attorney though, so attorney can do that. Those other two, you need to call somebody like me. Yeah. 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 This is how I am. The Lord woke me up this morning. Again, I would have died for a blood clot that I don't know. So I'm energetic. I'm happy-go-lucky, but the Lord put me here for a reason. If I'm not giving you guys value that's going to change your life forever, I'm not doing my job. Yes.
So can you do those?
Great question. So in the tax code, you are able to not pay taxes up to $250,000 if I'm single, and up to $500,000 if I'm married. Right? So if I sell my property, my primary property, I have no capital gains up to $250,000. If I'm single, up to $500,000 if I'm married. So if I bought a house for $200,000, I'm married, I sold that house for $600,000, that's a $400,000 gain. I don't pay taxes. I don't got to wait 45 days. I don't got to wait 180 days. I don't got to give it to a qualified intermediary. I could do whatever I want, whenever I want, how I want. And I'm not paying taxes because of that buffer, $250,000 single, $500,000 married. Yes.
And then if I've done a flip before, electric before, I lived there
Mm-hmm.
and then sold it, how does that, what is the tax?
Was that your primary property?
It was. So I lived there
Mhm.
until did the rental and then sold.
Right. So when you sold it, was it? My time's up. My time can't be up already. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. All right, cool, yeah. So so that was your primary property then?
It was for that
Okay.
amount of time. It wasn't that. It wasn't even a year though.
Yeah, it was your primary property, then you can't do the 1031 exchange. But again, if that was your primary property, then if your gain was less than 250,000, you were single, or at the time if you was married and your gain was less than 500,000, you don't pay any taxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't it a time frame that's on?
No. Oh, to be a primary yeah. Well, so 2 years primary, yes. But if you are paying down the mortgage, right? I think it's 10, we're getting technical now, but 10 to 15% of your mortgage being paid down, then you're good. Yeah. Yes.
How do you get the calculate?
When do you pay taxes on the rest then? Right? So yeah, so let's say our gain was 600,000. So that first $500,000 then we don't pay taxes on. But then an extra $100,000 you pay taxes. Long term, that'll be 15%. So in that case, $15,000 goes to Uncle Sam. Yes.
So you're saying you can pay yourself 250K savings annually before you need to move to 1031 exchange, basically?
Pay yourself? No, what do you mean pay yourself?
You said I have to pay 200.
We're talking about two different things. So if I have a primary residence and I'm single, if I sell my property, then under $250,000 capital gain that I have to pay taxes on, I don't have to pay.
So
Right.
that's kind of like what I mean by pay yourself.
No, that's not paying yourself. No.
You can't take that 200 directly put it into your bank.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can put it into your bank account, yeah, but that's not technically paying yourself. Technically paying yourself would be if you're making more than $55,000, being taxed as a LLC, being taxed as an S corp, and then paying yourself. And then if you pay yourself half your salary, so let's say your business makes $100,000 and you pay yourself $50,000. You pay yourself $50,000. You pay 15%. Payroll taxes on that 50,000. The other 50,000 you don't pay because you're an S corp. So the reason why I said S corp is because with an S corp you basically have a blockage, right? So I have my business, and then the business goes to me. As an S corp, when it goes to my business, I could then dictate how much I want to pay myself. So if I'm an LLC, if I make $100,000, all $100,000 is being taxed at 15% because I'm an LLC. Because it flows directly to me. There's no stopgap because I'm an LLC, right? If I'm a S corp, it's a stopgap, and that stopgap allows me to then pay myself via W-2, right? And then the rest of that stays in the business. The money that stays in my business, I don't pay taxes on. So it's 15% I don't pay taxes on. So as easy as it is, if I make $100,000, I pay myself $50,000. I pay 15% like everybody else on that $50,000. But the other $50,000 that stays in my business, I don't pay taxes on. Right? That's $7,500 a year I never pay taxes on. And then because of the big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump did, you get to write off 20% of that. It's called QBI. Write this down. QBI. So with our QBI, any money that doesn't go to us W-2Ys that stays in our business, 20% of that is a write-off. And that's because of the big, beautiful bill. So from a structure standpoint, since you are an S corp, now your child, guess what? You get to pay them a salary up to $15,000 a year, and your child does not pay taxes. You get to write that off, right? Remember what I said before, Section 162A. As long as it's fair, reasonable, ordinary, necessary in pursuit of income, you can justify it. So my daughter, since she was born, it's been a tax deduction for up to $15,000 a year. My goddaughter, been a tax deduction. My wife's brother, who's a knucklehead, don't got no money, it's paying seriously, paying them $15,000 a year, it's a tax deduction. Yeah, right. Yeah. Huh? So whenever, right? So now if they're in college, you have FAFSA. So like if they get FAFSA, you don't want to do this. That's going to affect your the student loan money that you get. But as long as they don't get any of the income, so the first $15,300 to be exact. But the first $15,000 that you make, you don't have to pay taxes on. So that's why we say $15,300. Cool, great questions. All right.